What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Boss wants me to work part-time for no salary after my contract ends. Time for a rant about my boss. I currently work at an equestrian farm where we do riding events with children. I've been here for 9 months, but I will quit soon and go to university. My boss seemed sad about me leaving and offered me a part-time job during the holidays. We usually get 15 to 20 kids then, and they all get a 2-hour riding trip, food throughout the day, and spending the rest of the day drawing pictures and doing crafting. Parents pay a crap ton of money for this. So when I was offered to switch to part-time to help out, I obviously asked about the payment and told her minimum wage would be fine with me if she had any trouble paying me. Suddenly she got mad at me and told me it was inappropriate for me to ask for a salary. I would be helping out and not work full-time, therefore I wouldn't deserve a payment. She literally told me I would get free food the entire week/day of the event, and I could convert 1 hour of helping out into 1 free riding lesson. That should be enough, and I shouldn't be spoiled. I told her I am not interested in riding lessons because I barely have time for it. She kept on talking that she can't offer me anything else, and all the middle school kids who ride at our place and help out do it like this. And they never complained. When I told her, unlike school kids, I need to pay my bills and my rent every month, she left the room and told me if I have trouble with money issues, I should look for a new job. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna pay you, but I'll give you some free lessons. Shoot some pics of my car, but you should pay the ride. So it happened to me about 2 weeks ago. I started getting into photography in the past 2 years and eventually got pretty decent at it. I had my best friend asking for some photos of his car he later posted to Instagram. He gave me a lift home in return. I live almost 20 kilometers away, 13 miles, and public transport is pretty trash. Seeing my pictures got more and more likes. My old classmate from primary school, Choosingbeggars, who I will call John, messages me from nowhere after 5 years asking if I could take some pics for him of his car. But assuming I have really cool memories of those years, I don't. It wouldn't make sense for me to ask for anything in return. But his car has really bad fuel consumption, so I could give him 3,000 huff, or $10. By the way, my monthly pass for public transport is 1,300 huff, $4. So it didn't make any sense, but I guess his dumb butt forgot to count in the last 5 years. And also have in mind that his car has a better side, so considering that, I can only photograph the right side of his car. Of course, the photos had to be professional grade and had to be edited in a way that only the car is colorful, everything is black and white. I, a broke student, only have a 5-year-old laptop, and I am happy if Lightroom and Photoshop launches under 5 minutes and they don't crash it while running simultaneously. But the photos had to be done in 2 days, because he wanted to bring printed and signed copies to a car meet. At first, I didn't know how to react and just blocked John. A few days later, I saw on his Facebook that he's seeking a technician to fix his crap box because he has a hole in his front left body panel from rust with the size of my fist. Eventually, I blocked him on every social media and realized that my feelings about not missing those 8 years weren't bad. Okay, but why is he bringing signed copies to car meets? I don't think random people are gonna want your autograph, Chief. A guy tries to lower the negotiated price for a Switch after we already came to pick it up. This happened a few years ago, and it is one of the only choosing beggars that I have encountered in my lifetime so far. So I was selling a Nintendo Switch and a few games that I owned because I never played it and was saving up money for something else I wanted. So I posted pictures of it on Craigslist, and within a day someone contacted me saying they were interested in it. We negotiated the price to $200 and he said he was coming over to pick it up. I get a text from him saying that he is here, so I come outside with the Switch packed away in the box, and I ask if he wants to inspect it to make sure everything was fine. The Switch was in perfect condition, I barely ever used it. So he inspects it, and when he's done, he looks at me and says, "You said in the ad that the controllers were the colored ones. I'm not paying $200 for this because I wanted the color controllers with it, since it's for my kid, her birthday is tomorrow." I told the guy that if you even looked at the pictures I posted, the Switch clearly had the gray controllers. I asked him if he wanted to see the pictures I posted because I had them on my camera roll and he declined. He then goes on to say, "Well, I wanted the color controllers, not these gray ones. Now, I will have to spend more money to buy another set of colored controllers. I'll only pay $150 for this. I even spent $20 on car service to get here and it's not what I wanted." I told him that he's out of his mind. The picture showed everything that came with the Switch and it had great controllers. I'm not dropping the price because you failed to look at the posted pictures. He says, "I'm only paying $150. It's my kid's birthday tomorrow. She really wants it and I'm not not paying $200. I told him to go pound some sand if he's not paying me what we both agreed, and I started to pack the Switch up in its box. He then says, well, you better pay me for the car service I took for wasting my time. I laughed in his face and walked back inside my house. I sold the Switch for $250 the next day. Chief, you can't just negotiate a new price after you already agreed on a previous price. Shake my head. He threw soda in my face and car. I was driving for Uber and it was a particularly slow evening. It was winter here in the south and about 8 p.m. so everything was about to close down anyway. I decided I was only going to stay out for a little while longer and decided to grab some KFC grilled chicken. This choice was strictly a matter of convenience since the restaurant was directly to the right of a drop-off I'd just had. I should also note that this was not the best area of downtown that I was in. I pull into the drive-thru, roll down my window when all of a sudden a man comes out of the dark, places his hand on my open window and asks me to buy him food. He's in my face, I can't say no, and I genuinely thought he might actually be hungry. So I said sure. He backed away from my window without so much as a thanks. I ordered both of us grilled chicken meals with green beans and soda. I don't actually drink soda and was going to give my soda to him as well along with the meal. I slowly drive around the building after collecting the food, but this time keeping my eyes open for the man. When he sees me, he jogs up to my car and I hand him the bag. He asked me what it was and I told him it was grilled chicken and blah blah. I handed him the soda next. He looked puzzled for a minute, leaned back into my car and threw the soda and food in my face. It splashed everywhere. It was all over me, my lap, my steering wheel, my doors, etc. I didn't even know the full damage at the time because I was frantically rubbing my eyes and screaming. I heard the guy yell, "I asked for extra crispy, booger," all while I was screaming. This couldn't have taken too long because I got really scared and booked it out of there fast. I was shaking and crying. I went to the first decent gas station I could find and washed up best I could. This has pretty much scarred me for life. I trust no one asking for help now. Oh my goodness. That is just savage. I would be so upset if that happened to me. An actual choosing beggar I encountered today that turned a bit scary. So I was on my way home after dropping my older kid off at school and then stopped at the grocery store with my toddler. At the light, on the way out of the parking lot, there's a corner where homeless people panhandle. There's usually a few different people, and today it was a rowdy drunk. I'm stopped at the light waiting to turn and I mindlessly made eye contact with him. He immediately starts pointing at his sign and says anything helps, God bless. I happen to have a package of crackers in my purse, so I figured what the heck, he's probably hungry and it's really cold. I open my window and his face lights up. I hold the package out the window and he gets pissed. Apparently, I'm supposed to walk them to him. I told him that I had my baby in the car, but I could toss them if he couldn't get up. Which I knew he could because he gets riled up at people all the time and I've seen him walking around. He yells, "No, screw you, I'll come get it," and walks over. Here's where things get fun. Apparently, anything helps doesn't extend to anything. So when he sees that it's a package of crackers, he starts freaking out yelling at me. It's not like I hid them, I waved them around for him to see. He screamed, "Why in the heck would you give me this crap? Don't you have any cash?" I told him I don't, and I'm sorry, but this is all I have. At that point, my light turned green, and he got in front of my car before I could go. He started slamming his hands on my hood, screaming obscenities, and refused to move. I had my phone dialed to 911 and was about to call when a guy waiting at the crosswalk approached him and threatened to kick his butt if he didn't move. Homeless guy moves and then flips me off as I drive by. He's a regular at that corner too, so I'm sure I'll see him again. Can't wait. Well, I'm sure she won't be giving you anything in the future, Chief. Nice one. Starving friend denies help. Friend, 28 female, let's call her Jade, was spoiled financially from age 12 to 18 by father and developed habits of eating out, eating pre-made stuff, never cooked, best brands of candy every day. At 18, dad cut her off, he and the mother are divorced, and now for the past 10 years she's struggling with meeting ends working part-time jobs. This year it hit really hard since her government welfare ended. Now she, her mom, and her brother, 18, are living from mom's 300-year salary. Jade, by being really picky with food, is actually starving. She claims that she needs about 7 euros per meal that she would eat. She refuses to cook, and now they don't even have a stove to cook on, just a microwave. Me, 24 female, I grew up in a bit more financially reasonable family and we barely eat out. We cook at home and usually bring meals to work, etc. Despite meeting ends well, I managed to make a price of meal about 2 to 3 euros. It is simple but healthy food, usually rice or buckwheat, and some meat, eggs, bread, and vegetables. It doesn't even get that repetitive for me, even though the meals do look absolutely basic. Well, Jade, being my friend for 11 years, has been opening up and complaining lately a lot. She actually is starving. She said lack of chocolate drives her crazy and that she barely eats anything at all because mother doesn't give her money to eat. And she doesn't like to eat what mom buys. She asked for help. I offered dark chocolate since we have a lot at home. Rejected. I offered to cook her rice, buckwheat, eggs, give her vegetables, fruit, bread. Rejected. I kept offering help and she said I'm offering her food that she doesn't like, and if I want to help I should give her cash. I do want to help her, but not in cash, since she would spend it in 2 days what I could make food for 1 week with the same amount. I was offering healthy stuff that I eat myself, but it was not good enough to her. Well, I snapped and said, let me know when poverty and starvation lowers your standards. Oh, yikes. Well, it's kinda true. Do you want the help or not? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.